What it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome to another episode of the Promo Podcast. I am your host, Antoine Jones. I wanted to dive into what we saw on Raw this past evening, as well as what I think is to come for the Royal Rumble. It was a jam-packed evening. Sorry. A jam-packed evening. I thought they really tackled a lot. I thought they really covered a lot. The matches were pretty good. I felt like maybe they could have done a little more, but um, it's what you would expect for a Raw event prior to one of their big PLEs like Royal Rumble. It started out with uh, Seth Rollins coming out and really kicking everything into high gear. I thought he came out there and gave everybody his own 2 cents of what he's going to do, getting everyone revved up because he is, in my opinion, a possibility for winning. I don't think he's going to win, but he is one of the major players in the Royal Rumble. So, kind of giving everybody what he believes is his case to win it all. And as he's discussing and going on, you hear Gunther's music come on, and Gunther comes out there, and they kind of have words and have their exchange. And I never thought they were going to go to blows, but had a they definitely had a few remarks that really made you think that was going to happen. And as Raw or as WWE has been broadcasting, Logan Paul was returning tonight. So while the two of them are going at it, Logan Paul comes in to major amount of boos. I mean, boos that only New Day get these days. I mean, I don't even think Dominique get that kind of reception. They gave they gave it to him. Like they let him know. I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, I didn't expect everybody to be huge Logan Paul fans, although I do think he's very talented. But the reception he got was surprising, and they would not let him talk. I mean, he was speaking, but even Seth was playing along with it, kind of putting his hand to his ear, just saying like, "What are you saying?" And Logan is going off, basically letting everyone know he's going to be in Royal Rumble. What I thought was interesting in his promo was he was telling them that while everybody is trying to defeat 29 other men, all he has to do is defeat one. And I wondered if that was just him kind of playing with words, or was he implying that he was going to be the 30th person coming out, uh, basically having the last entry, opposed to having like one of the earlier ones or a middle selection. So I thought that was interesting. But that was just to open up the show, the Rumble talk, which is what you would expect is to kind of keep the buzz going. Just to keep the buzz going, you would expect that. I also liked after that they interviewed CM Punk backstage, and CM Punk kind of spoke a little bit about what he expects to do, and him and Sami Zayn had an interaction. I thought that was funny because Zayn kind of told him that you know, you're the guy, but only one of us. You're supposed to be so much better than me, but only one of us is main event at WrestleMania, and that would be Sami Zayn when him and Kevin Owens beat the Usos for the tag titles. So, just throwing little light jabs, and that's everybody kind of throwing their name and trying to assert position in the Royal Rumble to let everyone else know that they're going for it. That was Sami Zayn's way of letting everybody know he's going for it, and he's been very, very, very intertwined in a lot of what's been happening lately, and obviously I think that's done with a purpose. But it's almost like he's forcing his hand, inserting himself too much, and he did that again tonight. After they had their interaction, you had the tag team title match, and the Judgment Day went against the War Raiders. I thought that match was actually is more interesting hindsight than in the moment. I thought it was a good match. It was for the tag titles. I didn't think Warriors were going to lose, and because the Finn Balor wasn't going to be there last week, Dominique had suggested maybe I should, partner with you, JD. And so JD and Dominique went out there and wrestled. And somewhere early in the match, JD did this incredible moonsault off the ropes, um, and hit. I forgot who it was. It was one of the members of the War Raiders, though. And when he hit him, you see the flip kind of go a little off, and the back of his head hits the announce table. So I'm thinking concussion. And he was down for a minute. People were checking on him, and he got this huge pop when he got up. I mean, rightfully so, right? Because I thought the man was knocked out. I didn't know if it was a neck injury or if it was concussed. He had to be concussed. I'm thinking like he's done. And there's just one thing the wrestlers do that I find so amazing, that even when they have those type of injuries, something that whether it looks catastrophic or is more serious than we know, just as a viewer or as a fan who's watching, they'll still fight through. Whatever it is they got, they'll finish the match. And that moment when he got up on the ropes after he had really like came to and everybody was cheering for him, I didn't know how serious it was, but I'm thinking to myself, yo, he just took a crazy hit, like a crazy bump. I don't think he should even get back in the ring. And he finished the match. So I thought that was probably the most impressive part of the evening. I've never been a big JD fan, but you know, something like that, that 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 you win points with me, dog. Because there ain't no way in the world I'm getting back in there. This is a wrap for me. It was just why I don't do it and they do, right? But it came out that he had I think he has a few broken ribs, and I think punctured his lung. Yeah, I think he punctured his lung or something. Like, gracious, I wouldn't even think that was what happened to him. I'm thinking something with the neck, vertebrae injury or concussion. Regardless, injury is an injury, and the fact that he finished the match is impressive. So, shout outs to him. I'm pretty sure he can be out for a little while trying to recover. Necessary, obviously, I understand that. But yeah, War Raiders, they retained the titles. They got New Day out of, not New Day, I'm sorry, Judgment Day. They got Judgment Day out of here. And that kind of opened the doors for the next match, which was Mysterio against Xavier Woods. Now comes in New Day. And they've been doing this thing lately where they have been coming out, New Day that is, come out without their music. 2 weeks ago or something, they were saying that we don't come out to the music no more. And so Rey Mysterio comes out, they're playing his music, and then they cut to commercial. And commercial comes back. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are already out there. And I thought that was interesting because they have been, pressing the issue of we're not coming out with our music. That music is over with. They wearing black now, dark clothes. I thought that was interesting. Hold up. But Xavier Woods backstage was talking, and he was saying how his family was supposed to be coming, and he hadn't heard from them, but I paid good money for these tickets, front row seats, they better show up. So sure enough, during the match, Xavier Woods, and I thought the match was good. I forget how strong Xavier was. He was doing some things, and I was like, yo, this guy's insane. He's actually stronger than I remember. But somewhere towards the end of the match, they pan out to the family in the front seat, in the front. You see like his mother, his father, I guess his sister, or lady or something, and next to them is Lil Yachty, and all of them are kind of over there. And somewhere towards the end of the match, Xavier Woods kind of goes over there and he's talking to him like, "What's going on? It took y'all so long, blah blah blah." And they all get up, and like they had jackets on and stuff. They like unzip the jackets and take the jackets off, and they're all wearing New Day Suck shirts. And like he just loses it. He gets irate. He goes back in the ring, and Rey Mysterio finishes him off. And I thought it was interesting that after the match, Kofi's in the ring kind of consoling Xavier, and Ray is outside the ring with his family. and he get a New Day Suck shirt and put it on. He like sitting back. You just see him taking pictures and stuff, cheering, and like Kofi got they paying it back to Kofi in the ring. He got like this crazy look in his face, like disbelief. Like he can't believe they disrespected him like that. I think that's one part of the storyline that is so entertaining is that now that they're absolute heels, and the people are booing them constantly, they just they get the wildest looks, or they give the wildest looks now when something happens that they're just like in disbelief about. I find that so entertaining. Um, so that match it happens, and it was weird. They kind of like after that, they jumped over to Jay Uso coming out and Quavo, and I will say this: Jay Uso was like the ultimate cheat code, right? Because his entrance is so long, but it's like so live, right? It's almost like a concert take. It's like a concert event. The music cuts. He comes from the stands and he's like up there. He's eating with the stands, hands waving, all of that. And it takes him a while to come down. And then he comes down, and sometimes he'll go into the ring, get on the turnbuckles, do another, run with him again. And like it feels like his intro is like 7 minutes long, but if you're if you just want to kill some time in between the show, then who better than Jay Uso? Because not only are you going to kill a good 10, 15 minutes of just, him coming out and doing a small promo, but the fans will still be entertained because he has by far the best entrance in wrestling. I'm not saying that's what Jey Uso's for. Anybody who has watched or listened to me talk, I'm a big Jey Uso fan. But if you just wanted to like just say, hey, look, we just need like 5 minutes, 10 minutes cut. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of we got to kill 10 minutes. Jey Uso's the guy to do it. So he comes out. He actually has Quavo out there with him. So they come down, they eating, they celebrating. They go to the turnbuckles. From there, they go to the announce table. And he gets on top of the announce table. He grabs the mic, and he's basically just letting people know, "Hey, I'm going to be in the Rumble. I'm going to try to win it." And I lost last week to Gunther at Saturday Night Main Event. But I want to prove to myself that I can be the main event guy. In order to do that, I got to win the Rumble. So he's just getting the crowd into it. But that's literally all he did. And he probably talked on the mic for like 2 or 3 minutes. He wasn't on the mic long. He talked on the mic real quick. He entrance was much longer than that. And then they got back to the to your regular scheduled program. And it's just like, yo, that's perfect. That's all they needed. If they just needed like 15 minutes to get like knocked off, Jey Uso did that effortlessly. So like I thought that was pretty awesome, for more than just that reason alone. After that, you had the women's tag match. Liv Morgan and Raquel, they went out there and fought the women's champs Naomi and Bianca Belair. And I had originally thought it was a title match. I realized midway that it wasn't. I was tripping. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought it was interesting because Bianca always impresses. She always does stuff that I think is awesome. Can we say she's an absolutely impressive fashion designer? Because I know she's always said in the past that she designs all of her outfits. She does them all, from the tops to the bottoms, the boots, and they're always different every single week. She does that herself. I think that is insane. And when she has tag matches, like when she was partners with Jay Cargill and now Naomi, they kind of they whatever they're wearing, it's a matching set. And I know she puts all that together. So like, if she ever did stop wrestling, I'm pretty sure she start her a little line, a brand or something, if she ain't got one already. Like that's awesome in itself. But back to the match, I thought she was impressive. Naomi also is good, and I'm like most fans waiting to for the ball to drop on the Jade Cargill storyline, for her to come out and kind of reveal who did what to her. I don't know if she's not physically ready, which is why she hasn't come back yet. But the longer that anticipation goes on, I I think people, the energy and the anticipation, the excitement of that storyline like gets sucked out of the fan base, right? You don't want them to be on edge waiting forever. Now I get it. If she's not ready, she's not ready. That's different. But if she is ready to come back, I think, you know, her showing up and kind of whether it's confronting Naomi or Bianca or whoever did it to her, I think as fans we do want to see the Jade Cargill and Bianca match, and if that has anything to do with why she got hurt, then you would want to see her come back and kind of address it. And she's been making little shots online, as a lot of wrestlers do. They use social media now to get points across and just be entertaining, kind of just still voicing their personality, whether they're in the ring or not. And Jay's been doing that, so it's been very effective to keeping the storyline alive. I think that's part of the reason too why it's been still prevalent, because she's been vocal online. So uh, that had nothing to do with the match though. They lost because Damien, not Damien, I'm sorry, Dominique came out there. As my mother calls him, Dum Dum. He came out there and distracted the ref, and Liv got the job done, and they win. I'm pretty sure that'll do some good for her down the line. They'll get a title shot along the way. But that match was interesting just because I think, like a lot of fans, I'm waiting to see if this is the week that Jade comes back and address what happens, and she didn't. And instead, it was, you know, a good win for Judgment Day. I think after Liv lost the belt and Finn getting knocked out of there, you almost feel like, what are we doing here? Maybe they need to get wiped out, and maybe this is WWE pivoting now that they got a few wins under their belt. Like, hey, hold on, this story ain't over yet, and that might be the case. But if that is what's happening, then maybe you give Liv and them a title run with the women's belts. If not, then we don't need to be doing this. Just disband the whole unit now. JD hurt. I don't know what Finn is doing. Maybe give Dom a singles run or something. You don't need, we ain't got to keep rocking with this. The Judgment Day is about on his last legs, unless you got like a bomb in your back pocket. You about to do something for them. So that was cool. I thought that was interesting. After that match, we had Rhea talking, basically saying that whoever wins Royal Rumble is going to face her, and she ain't worried about none of them because can't none of them compete with her, right? So as she's speaking, Bailey shows up and kind of again, you're prepping, getting these promos out and getting the anticipation going for whether they're dream matches or just showing big names kind of going toe to toe with each other. And this is Bailey just letting Rhea know, like, hey, if I do win, I may be coming for you, and that'd be a good match if they actually do go at it. So, that's what these promos are for, especially on a night like like Raw was, with Royal Rumble being just 4 or 5 days away, right? That's what that's about. And then after Bailey and Rhea kind of have their interaction and Rhea leaves, Io Sky is right behind Bailey, kind of giving her the look. So you already know Io, just she can't forget what happened to her last year at WrestleMania. Bailey took her down. So I think Io was kind of looking like, I'm still here. You worried about trying to get to Rhea. You need to worry about me. And Io has had her quite a year. So not, without the belt, around her waist, she's been showing off. I mean, more, in my opinion, than what she did when she was champion. So, she's formidable, and I think she got a great chance to win Royal Rumble personally. I think Io Sky is probably more of a threat than Bailey is. I think Bailey got, things going on with Roxanne Perez. She might need to be focusing more on that than, what she might was down the line. Focus on the present. I think after that, they had a break. I can't remember all of it, but I do know that uh, we got Paul Heyman out there, and Paul had did the reveal for 2K25. Roman is on the cover. Not only is Roman on the cover, but the deluxe edition got the bloodline kind of all on it, which was awesome. I'm thinking about getting that game too, by the way. That's just a sidebar. But as expected, Roman on the cover now with the Bloodline story. I thought that cover looks really dope, and Paul was just letting people know that Roman is still the box office #1 guy in the business, and out comes Drew McIntyre, and Drew had this weird angle. He was saying that Paul needed to thank him because if it wasn't for Drew, Bloodline wouldn't exist, and he's reaching, but he's tying stuff together. How he beat Brock years back, and uh, how Roman was able to come back after losing the belt and whatnot. And if it wasn't for that, then him and Paul wouldn't have connected, and Bloodline wouldn't have been the thing. So Drew just talking that talk. At the end, he kind of says, "Let your boy know that I'm gonna take him out," at Royal Rumble. And he tells Paul, he says, "I'll let Roman know." And he goes, "I wasn't talking about Roman. I was talking about your boy CM Punk." And that's just Drew just throwing it at everybody, right? Everybody gonna get this smoke. That's what I'm here for. I honestly believe that Drew has no intentions of winning the Royal Rumble. Drew has every intention of ruining people's Royal Rumble. That's what he's there for. He is not out to win. His goal is to prevent other things from happening, other people from winning. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, guys like that. He don't want none of them to win. So I don't think he wants to win. He just don't want them to win. As long as they lose, he won in his book. And that's what Drew is going to Royal Rumble to do. He is going to ruin some people's nights. He stayed out there because he had a match with Sami Zayn, and they had their match. And it was a good match. And it's funny when WWE want to put they find these stats. They broadcast them. And they had the stat that Sami is like 0-9 or 0-10 against Drew McIntyre for his career. Like, he's never beaten this man his entire career. He's never won. I thought that was prevalent, because you want to build this match, and this was the main event match. It's like, we want to really kind of build this here, so let's let the people know he's never beaten them. And they had a good match. I thought he had a couple of chances where it looked like he was going to win. The Blue Thunder Bomb, he dropped them. I think he dropped it twice. And one time he got the 2 count, and it looked like he was going to get it. He didn't get it. The Helluva Kick, he tried to get that numerous occasions, and it was failing to do it. But towards the end of the match, it looked like he had him, and Drew did a roll up on him. And when Drew rolled him up, put his legs on the ropes and got the 1, 2, 3, walked out there with the victory, right? And don't stop there, because Sami, he's leaking. He was already bleeding from something that happened earlier in the match. He looking enraged. He ready to go off. He disgusted, cursing the rough out like, "Yo, you didn't see his legs on the ropes?" And Drew just petty Drew, like, the match is over. You already won. And instead of like walking out, he started beating down Sami. He knocking Sami out. And while he's fighting Sami, Cody come out. Cody got Sami back. He fighting up on Drew. And then Kevin Owens come out. And Kevin go at Cody because, they on site right now. They scrapping it up. He gets him off of him. And Drew is like choking Cody now. Like, he gets back in. And Drew is like choking Cody now. Like, going off like, "You interfering in my business. What's up?" And Sami, 2 weeks in a row now, he goes for the Helluva Kick. Drew gets out the way. Bow! Knocks Cody in the face. He's just looking in disbelief. Drew laughing. He walks off. Kevin Owens is standing next to Sami Zayn. He looking a little shocked. Like, "Dang, you really did kick this man. Maybe you are going to help me at Royal Rumble." And he walks out. And Sami finally leaves and like kind of starts apologizing. And when I thought that was going to be the end of the night, we get the best part of the night after that. They go to break. They come back. And Cody got the mic now. And Cody looks done, man. He looked like he ain't got no sleep. He looked tired. He looked flushed. He looked beat up, toe up. He looked like he just been through a car wreck or something. He on the mic. He just exhaustion hitting him. He frustrated. He's still the champ. He can't wait to get this ladder match over with so he can see who he's going to fight after Royal Rumble on the road to WrestleMania. But he just saying he's losing friends and he's sick of everybody. He just sound like he done. He sound like he's defeat for the champ. He sounds like he's defeated. and then CM Punk comes out, and they have cut probably the best promo I've seen in months. It makes the case for one of the best promos of all time. I don't think it is. Don't quote me on that. Don't look at me crazy. I don't think it's the best promo ever. But damn it, it was close. It was really good because CM Punk came out there and he started talking. He started kicking some knowledge to this man. He's telling him like, "You looking toe up, you looking like everything is just taking its toll on you. You fighting with your peoples, the people who you thought were friends. You're losing them now, and like you just making every like wrong turn." He's saying like, the longer you have that title, the more it takes out of you, and that's what he was saying. He said like around a 300 something days after when CM Punk had his long title reign, or 200 something days, he said it started to wear on him, and you start to lose friends. You start to you're trying to be the champ with the target on your back, but you seem to be making all the wrong moves and everything is getting to you. And he was saying to Cody, it looked like everything is getting to him at this point, and he and Cody kind of like asked him like, "You're my friend, right?" With like the defeated voice. He about to pass out, and CM Punk like, "Yeah, I'm your friend. Yeah, I'm your friend. That's why friends don't lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth." And Cody is still at it about getting a job done, but not trusting anybody. And he's just saying like anybody can get it, even CM Punk. And CM Punk tells him like, because I am your friend, I'm gonna be truthful with you. My goal is to win Royal Rumble, and friends don't stab each other in the back. He said, after I win Royal Rumble, I'm not gonna stab you in the back. I'm gonna stab you in the front. Like, I'm letting you know I'm coming to take the title. And they kind of have their exchange and war of words. And like Cody says something, he get ready to leave. CM Punk pulls him back. CM Punk says something, he get ready to leave. Cody pulls him back. And I had no interest in Cody versus CM Punk for WrestleMania. If you asked me this 3 weeks ago, damn, 2-3 months. If you asked me this 3 weeks ago, I would have said no, I don't want Cody versus CM Punk. But after that promo, take my money. Like, if CM Punk wins and he goes for Cody, holy hell. The direction we're going for WrestleMania, that's a collision course to big things. That is a match I want to see now. And that is the beauty of promos. That's the beauty of cutting these mic sessions with, two of the grandest people on the mic. Like CM Punk just had a incredibly great rivalry with Drew all last year. He started the year off with a great rivalry with Seth. And I think that is just the tip of the iceberg if he gets a chance to go against Cody. And I did not think that 3 weeks ago. I thought that we were on pace for something else. I thought Cody was going to see Roman again, like the Roman part 3. And I was fine with that. I'm still fine with that. Because I think at this point, you kind of got to have the squash match. There only can be one at the top, right? And Roman, Cody, piece that up. Let's do a third. I know people are talking about Rock. I'm not interested in seeing the Rock and Cody. That's just me personally. But now that I've seen Cody and CM Punk interact, I'm all on board. And I think the dynamic is seeing how the title run has drained Cody Rhodes so much. Like, you can almost feel like if he wanted to turn heel, like that rivalry with CM Punk would be the one to do it. Like that, I could see him going, left after this or during this. And Cody, not Cody, but CM Punk can do no wrong to the fan, in the fans' eyes. Even if he's supposed to be heel, CM Punk is a face to the fans. And Cody, who is right now the face of the company and the quarterback, as he always say, number one, the big guy, the champ. It's almost like even with him being that guy, we're still kind of like hesitant, like waiting for him to turn. And I think that is the I think that is what really is triggering this rivalry to making people want to see it, especially after you see them talk to each other. But that's just my 2 cents for the Royal Rumble. I'm excited to see how the rest of the week plays out. I'll be giving you all my Royal Rumble predictions in the upcoming days. I also have a great top 10 uh, episode for you tomorrow. And then we have SmackDown before the big dance. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. And as always, peace, be easy. And until next time, love you.